Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back with another book review. This time, this one's long overdue. I've had these ones in my possession for this one for quite a while, probably about 3 years or so, and this one probably for about a year and a half. But I was moving and stuff, and I ended up packing it away, and I totally just forgot about it because I'm using my shelf space for some of the figures that I've had. So my mangas and stuff are kind of still put away, and I was going through them and I saw this and I was like, oh, I need to do a review on it. So here that is. Anyways, we're reviewing Seraph of the End, Gurren Ichinose Catastrophe at 16, Book 4. This is the prequel, for those of you who don't know, this is the prequel for Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign. So this is kind of like the what happened, like, if for those of you who want to know how the world ended, and how the vampires ended up as basically kind of the protectors almost of humans, even though they call them like livestock and stuff. They're basically protecting them from themselves because they can't be trusted anymore. So this is that. And it's actually really good. Book 4 finishes it off nicely. Kind of like something I didn't expect. I would definitely give it a read. I don't want to give it away by any means, but for anyone who's read Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign, we know that Mahiru, the girl here, she was at some point turned into a vampire as well. A vampire demon, like, basically. So that goes into depth with that in Book 3. Book 4 continues with that, and we kind of learn who's pulling the strings. The first 3 books, we kind of think that Mahiru's in charge of herself and that she's kind of rebelling against the Hiragis. But we kind of learn who's actually pulling the strings behind her, and we kind of learn that she's not really free in Book 4. So let me do what I normally do, which is give the synopsis in the back for you guys. There it goes. So it's all written by the same guy. It's colored by the same guy. The artwork inside is still really good, nicely drawn. We learn a little bit. We're just kind of introduced actually to the characters that are in Seraph of the End. But we're not really familiar with their background and stuff. This mostly focuses on Gurren and his friends. And it's really interesting to see what's going to happen, especially at the end of this. Like I said, I really don't want to spoil this for you on what happens in here, but it's really, 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 really good. So for anybody who is reading Vampire Reign, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you give this series a read through. If you haven't finished it yet, I highly suggest you finish it. The final book is not that big compared to the others. It's actually pretty small, so it won't take very long. But the other ones are about 240 pages of reading. But I highly suggest that you read it. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I really don't want to give it away. For those of you who really want to know, maybe if there's a way you can send me a private message or something, and I'll spoil it for you. But for, I don't want to do spoilers. But it's kind of crazy how manipulative the Hiragis are, and how Mahiru, who we thought was free, kind of played into it and did basically everything. And how it's kind of interesting how Kureto kind of grows more fond of Gurren in the end, and ends up kind of I won't say helping him, but basically almost helping him, and basically doesn't realizes that there's no one else that he can really trust except for this low Ichinose scum dude or whatever, basically, and his own Aoi. But anyways, so enough rambling here. This is basically just me telling you, read this series. Read it. If you are into Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign, read this series. Seraph of the End, Catastrophe at 16. I just dropped that one, but that's okay. So yeah, give it a read. You can find it at Barnes & Noble. You can find it on Amazon. I don't know, probably eBay. I mean, there's tons of sites that you can find it on. If you really want to read it, read it. It's really good. Anyways, that's going to conclude this review for today. Hope you all enjoy it. If you have any questions, just shoot me a comment below. I'm pretty good about answering them. But sometimes the YouTube Studio thing, or YouTube doesn't notify me that I have a notification. If it doesn't, it might take me like maybe a week or so because I'm pretty busy with work and everything. But I always do try to reply back to comments and stuff when there's a question or, you know, anything like that. Anyways, so with that, have a good day and hope you enjoy.